For a man as private as Robert Duvall, his mansion has always been a place of mystery. Fans imagined elegant rooms, classic decor, and peaceful surroundings. But recent findings inside his home have created a wave of shock. What they found in Robert Duvall's mansion is something no one expected. The quiet estate now holds a story that feels almost unbelievable. How did such details remain hidden for so many years? And what else could still be waiting inside? Join us as we reveal what they found in Robert Duvall's mansion that shocked the world. Beginning with a look at a legendary life at home and on screen. Academy Award-winning actor Robert Duvall has passed away at the age of 95. He passed away at his longtime estate in Fauquier County, Virginia, on February 15th. His death was confirmed in a statement shared by his wife, Luciana Duvall, who said he passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by love and comfort. Luciana Duvall, whom he married in 2005, shared the news with deep emotion. She described him as her beloved husband, a cherished friend, and one of the greatest actors of their time. While the world recognized him as an Academy Award winner, a director, and a storyteller, she remembered him as everything in her life. She spoke about his passion for acting, which was matched by his deep love for people, meaningful conversations, and enjoying a good meal. She explained that for every role he played, he gave his full heart and spirit. He committed himself completely to his characters and to the truth they carried. Because of this dedication, he leaves behind work that will remain powerful and unforgettable for generations. She also thanked the public for years of support and asked for privacy as the family honors his memory. Robert Duvall spent his final years at his historic Virginia estate, known as Burnley Farm. The property covers 360 acres and is located in the Plains, Virginia. He owned this beautiful estate for more than 30 years. The home includes a 5-bedroom, 8-bathroom residence. At the heart of the property stands a 3-story Georgian farmhouse. The farmhouse was designed by his wife, Luciana, and the estate is not only a residence but also a working cattle farm, reflecting his love for the land and for a peaceful country lifestyle. Duvall was not simply a homeowner in Fauquier County. He was an active and engaged member of the community. Even in his early 90s, he continued to take part in local matters. In 2023, at the age of 92, he attended a Warrenton Town Council meeting. During this meeting, he spoke against a proposed Amazon data center project. He read from a prepared statement and explained that although his acting career had taken him all around the world, Virginia was a place he always returned to. He described Fauquier County as a place that gave him relief and peace. He stressed the importance of protecting what made the community special. He urged the town council to think carefully before approving a special use permit that could allow large data centers and the energy infrastructure required to support them. He believed such developments could change the character of the town. As he finished speaking and left the auditorium, hundreds of attendees stood and applauded him. The standing ovation showed the respect and admiration the community had for him, not only as a famous actor, but also as a neighbor who cared deeply about where he lived. Before fully settling in Virginia, Duvall also owned property in California. He previously had a home in West Hollywood. This charming bungalow measured 1,065 square feet. In 2017, he sold the property for $1.6 million. The West Hollywood home had a unique character. It was a 2-bedroom Spanish-style house originally built in 1924. Duvall and his wife, Argentine actress and director Luciana Pedraza, purchased the property in 2008 for $1.1 million. During their ownership, the house was fully renovated. The home also included a guest house, offering additional private space. The property was carefully designed for comfort and privacy. It was surrounded by walls, gates, and hedges, making it extremely private. The front courtyard featured a fountain, adding charm and calm to the entrance. The backyard was beautifully landscaped, creating a peaceful outdoor space. Inside the home, the second bedroom included a sitting room that could serve as a small office. This room overlooked the garden and had a separate entrance, offering flexibility and convenience. Architectural details throughout the home added to its appeal. There were hardwood floors and high ceilings, which created a bright and open feeling. The layout followed an open floor plan, allowing rooms to flow naturally into one another. In the master suite, French doors opened directly to the backyard, blending indoor and outdoor living. The kitchen featured stainless steel appliances and recessed lighting, combining style with modern convenience. The home was located just minutes from Beverly Hills and close to the shops and restaurants along the Sunset Strip, making it ideally placed in one of Los Angeles' most desirable areas. Robert Duvall's real estate portfolio extended beyond Virginia and California. He owned an additional property on the same street in Los Angeles. He also maintained a 361-acre farm in Virginia, along with condominiums in Florida and Washington, District of Columbia. His properties reflected both professional success and his appreciation for different lifestyles, from city living to quiet farmland. Throughout his long career, Robert Duvall became known for some of the most memorable roles in film and television. He appeared in The Godfather, Lonesome Dove, and Apocalypse Now. His performances were widely respected and admired. In 1983, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in Tender Mercies. This achievement marked a high point in a career filled with strong and powerful performances. His work in film left a lasting mark on Hollywood. He was known for bringing depth, honesty, and strength to every character. His ability to fully embody the people he portrayed made him one of the most respected actors of his generation. Whether playing dramatic roles or complex characters, he approached each performance with seriousness and dedication. The news of his passing has touched fans around the world. For decades, audiences watched him transform into unforgettable characters on screen. At the same time, those who knew him personally saw a man devoted to his home, his community, and his loved ones. The announcement of his death was reported by Kelsey Carulli, a senior celebrity reporter who joined Realtor.com in 2025. She covers trends in real estate and celebrity properties. Before that, she wrote for Daily Mail, True Urban Culture, and J Media Corporation, focusing on celebrities' relationships, psychology, and gender issues. She holds a bachelor's degree in journalism from Pace University, where she received the James Rose Award for Excellence in Journalism. Outside of her professional life, she spends time with her cat Mary and supports the Albanian soccer team. Reflecting on Robert Duvall's Virginia farm and a life well lived, a home should feel like a nest. It should be practical, beautiful, and comfortable in a gentle way. That was how Robert Duvall described his own home when he spoke to Architectural Digest in the month of October in the year 2002. He welcomed the magazine into his private world and shared the place where he felt most at peace. It was a Georgian-style farmhouse in Virginia, simple yet full of warmth. This was a home where he lived for many years, and it reflected his quiet strength and deep love for life. Robert Duvall, the Academy Award-winning actor, passed away on February 15th at the age of 95. He passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by love and comfort. The farmhouse that once appeared in the pages of Architectural Digest remained the heart of his life. It was more than a house. It was a safe place, his retreat, and the setting for many meaningful years. He was known around the world for his unforgettable performances. He played powerful roles in the first two films of the Godfather series. He delivered one of the most memorable moments in Apocalypse Now, and he gave a deeply moving performance in Tender Mercies, the role that earned him an Academy Award. The Oscar he won for that film rested on the fireplace mantel in his Virginia farmhouse. It was placed there not as a display of pride, but as a quiet reminder of his dedication to his craft. For many years, he shared this home with his fourth wife, Luciana Pedraza Duvall. She designed the interiors of the farmhouse herself. Her touch gave the house a graceful and welcoming feel. The rooms were thoughtfully arranged. The atmosphere was calm and inviting. It was clear that the house reflected both of them. Luciana married Robert Duvall in the year 2005, after his passing. She shared heartfelt words about the man she loved. She explained that while the world knew him as an Academy Award-winning actor, a director, and a storyteller, to her he was simply everything. She described how his passion for his work was strong, but his love for people, for good food, and for gathering others around him was just as powerful. She shared that in every role he played, he gave his full heart to the character and to the deeper truth of the human spirit. Through his work, he left something meaningful and lasting for everyone. Robert Selden Duvall was born on January 5th in the year 1931 in San Diego. From an early age, he developed a strong interest in acting. After finishing high school, he studied drama at Principia College in Illinois. His time there helped shape his early understanding of performance and storytelling. In the year 1955, after serving 2 years in the Army, he moved to New York City to pursue acting as a profession. It was a bold step, New York was full of opportunity, but also full of struggle for young actors trying to find their place. He studied at Sanford Meisner's neighborhood playhouse, where he worked hard to sharpen his skills. During that time, he lived in an apartment with another young actor, Dustin Hoffman. He was also close friends with Gene Hackman, who was also at the beginning of his acting journey. Together, they shared dreams, challenges, and determination. Duvall performed in off-Broadway productions, slowly building his reputation. His dedication did not go unnoticed. Screenwriter Horton Foote saw his talent and believed in his potential. Foote adapted To Kill a Mockingbird for the screen and recommended Duvall for the role of Boo Radley. This became his feature film debut in the year 1962. The role marked the beginning of a long and respected career in film. Horton Foote continued to work with Duvall in later years. He wrote the screenplays for Tomorrow, released in 1972, and Tender Mercies, released in 1983. Both films starred Duvall. Tender Mercies brought him the Academy Award that later sat quietly on his farmhouse mantel. Another important collaborator in his career was director Francis Ford Coppola. Coppola directed him in The Rain People in 1969. He later cast him in The Godfather in 1972 and Apocalypse now in 1979. Duvall's performances in The Godfather and Apocalypse now earned him Academy Award nominations. His work in The Apostle, released in 1998, also earned him an Oscar nomination. He wrote and directed The Apostle himself, showing his talents beyond acting. Over the course of his career, he received 7 Academy Award nominations. His work extended beyond film. He also appeared in television productions. He received an Emmy nomination for his performance in the 1989 miniseries Lonesome Dove. Later, he won an Emmy Award for his role in Broken Trail, which was released in the year 2007. These achievements showed his ability to move easily between film and television, always delivering strong and honest performances. In the year 2022, 2 final films featuring Robert Duvall were released. These were Hustle and The Pale Blue Eye. Even in the later years of his life, he remained active in his profession, continuing to share his presence and talent with audiences. Despite his long and celebrated career, his Virginia farm remained central to his life. In the October issue of Architectural Digest in the year 2002, readers were invited to see the home he loved. The farmhouse stood in a peaceful setting, surrounded by open land. It reflected the simplicity he valued. It was elegant but never flashy. It was comfortable and welcoming. One of the most unique features of the property was a barn that he and Luciana transformed into a dance hall. The couple shared a love for tango. Dancing was a long-time interest of Duvall. The barn became a space where they could practice and enjoy this passion. The wooden structure, once meant for farm work, became a place of rhythm and movement. It symbolized how the couple shaped their home around the things they loved. His interest in tango also appeared in his professional life. In the year 2002, he directed and starred in the crime thriller assassination Tango. In the film, he played a hitman who danced tango. Luciana appeared alongside him in the movie. The project connected his personal passion with his creative work. The Virginia farmhouse was not simply a residence. It was a reflection of Robert Duvall's character. It showed his appreciation for comfort, beauty, and meaning. The house held memories of achievements, shared meals, quiet evenings, and joyful dances. It was a place where his personal and professional worlds gently met. Robert Duvall's life was filled with dedication. From his early days studying drama in Illinois, to his move to New York after his Army service, to his breakthrough in film in the early 1960s, he built a career step by step. He worked with respected writers and directors. He formed lasting friendships. He received honors and awards. Through it all, he remained deeply committed to truth and performance. In a home filled with light and life, most men do not look at a barn and imagine it as a place for tango. For many people, a barn is simply a building meant for storage or animals. It is practical, useful, and nothing more. But Robert Duvall has never been like most people. He is an actor known for powerful, award-winning performances on screen. He is also someone who brings the same depth and passion to the dance floor, especially when it comes to the tango. Around the time audiences were falling in love with him in The Godfather, he was falling in love with tango. Duvall remembers the first night he saw Tango Argentino. On that very evening, Francis Ford Coppola had just asked him to play the role of the consigliere in The Godfather. By coincidence, Coppola was sitting in the same audience that night. That moment became a turning point. The film would change Duvall's career forever, placing him firmly in the public eye. The Tango would change him in a more private way, leaving a deep and lasting mark on his heart. His performance in The Godfather became unforgettable. In the same way, Tango became unforgettable to him. It stayed with him, shaping his personal life just as acting shaped his professional one. Years later, when Duvall purchased Burnley Farm, a property that is 250 years old and located in Virginia's Hun Country, he saw more than land and buildings. What might have remained a simple barn for someone else became a dance hall for him and his companion, Argentine actress Luciana Pedraza. At Burnley Farm, tango became part of daily life. The couple invited tango teachers to teach 3-day courses. One of them was Pablo Verón from Tango Lesson. After the lessons, they will host a large gathering where everyone danced together. Pedraza speaks warmly about Duvall's skill. She says he dances very well and that she loves dancing with him. She appreciates his understanding of tango and the way he feels the dance. For Duvall, tango is not loud or showy. He explains that it is personal and quiet. It creates a strong connection between partners, yet it remains an inward experience. It is something felt deeply rather than displayed boldly. Duvall's love for tango became so complete that it naturally influenced how he met Pedraza when he met her in Buenos Aires. She was 24 years old. Their meeting happened in a simple way. Duvall had gone to buy flowers, but the flower shop was closed. Instead, he stepped into a nearby bakery to buy sweets. Pedraza was an event planner at the time. Her friends encouraged her to invite him to the opening of a store that sold tango accessories. They told her he was kind and loved tango. At first, she felt unsure. Inviting a well-known actor to such an event seemed bold. Still, her friends insisted, and she gave him her phone number. The next day, Duvall called her and invited her to a local tango club. Pedraza had never been to a tango club before. She was surprised by what she saw and experienced. That night, Duvall taught her how to dance tango. Through him, she discovered the subtlety of the dance. She realized it did not require dramatic gestures. It did not require a rose held in the mouth. Instead, it required feeling, connection, and quiet understanding. In time, she learned tango from him. She also improved her English with his help. Even her eating habits changed as she began eating meat with him. Duvall encouraged Pedraza in many areas of her life. He wanted her to try new things and to become good at them. She felt supported in whatever she chose to do. One of those areas was decorating their home. She did not feel comfortable hiring an interior designer. For her, a home should reflect the people who live in it. Every corner should carry meaning. Allowing someone else to design it felt as personal as letting someone else choose her clothes. She wanted their house to express who they were. Although Burnley Farm carried the heritage of Virginia, which might suggest an English style, the couple chose something different. They wanted the home to reflect Duvall's personality. Pedraza describes him as a definitive American. He is direct and natural without self-consciousness. Duvall believes a home should feel like a nest. It should be functional and beautiful at the same time. It should be comfortable and easy to live in, while still being pleasing to the eye. The house itself is graceful and rises 3 stories high. It also includes an editing annex. In that space, Duvall worked on The Apostle, a film that later earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. The home reflects a strong sense of Americana. To help achieve this look, Pedraza turned to a designer she admired deeply, Ralph Lauren. She describes herself as a great admirer of his style. In the library, there are brown and white striped draperies designed by Lauren. In the master bedroom, the bedding is white damask. The sofa in the library is covered in a calming cranberry red fabric. The library was the greatest challenge for Pedraza. It was originally decorated with a Western theme. The room was enormous. While her bedroom measured 18 feet, the library was twice that size. It had wooden floors, a fireplace, and bookshelves. She wanted to bring new life into the space. She decided to use the wood as a background for striking works of art. On either side of the fireplace hang 2 elegant horse profiles created by Argentine artist Jorge Piola. These artworks stand out strongly against the wood. There's also a playful cartoon showing the unexpected image of Marlon Brando dancing tango. Above the mantel rests a powerful black and white photograph of a couple caught mid-twirl. This image competes for attention with Duvall's Oscar, which he received for Tender Mercies. Each object in the room adds personality and meaning. The library needed what Pedraza called a touch of light. To achieve this, she selected a French crystal chandelier from the early 20th century. The idea came from a book about English houses in Africa. Placing a crystal chandelier in such a room felt daring, but she was inspired by how beautiful similar choices looked in other settings. The result added brightness and elegance to the large space. Lighting became one of Pedraza's greatest interests. Living with Duvall and being close to filmmaking helped her understand how important light can be. Light can create warmth and comfort, or it can remove them completely. Because of this, she worked carefully with lampshades and draperies. She understood that lighting shapes the feeling of a room just as surely as furniture or art. The story continues with how Luciana Pedraza transformed Robert Duvall's Virginia home. When it came to choosing antiques for their home, Luciana Pedraza and Robert Duvall followed a clear and thoughtful direction. They leaned toward French country style, selecting pieces that felt inviting and full of character. One of the most striking examples is the remarkable butcher block table that now serves as a sideboard in the dining room. It stands as both a practical and beautiful feature, showing their love for furniture that blends charm with usefulness. Duvall has often explained that while he is not especially drawn to French culture in general, he truly appreciates French antiques. However, he makes an important distinction. He does not favor the highly traditional French pieces that can feel formal or rigid. Instead, he prefers French country antiques. To him, this style feels softer and more sensual. It carries warmth and comfort. Compared to early American furniture, which was shaped by strong Puritan influence and often appears stiff and less inviting, French country design feels relaxed and welcoming. The difference is clear in both appearance and comfort. French country furniture invites people to sit, gather, and enjoy themselves without feeling restricted. Pedraza also used color in a clever way to shape the feeling of the house. The rooms in their Virginia home are large, and rather than emphasizing their size, she chose to soften them through a connected color scheme. Each room flows gently into the next. When someone walks to the house, they can see hints of the following space, creating a smooth visual transition. This sense of movement from one room to another makes the home feel balanced and harmonious. Her chosen palette includes shades of yellow, beige, mustard, and off-white. These colors were not selected at random. They were inspired by one of Duvall's treasured possessions, a set of French country dining chairs. Along with these chairs, he also owns an 18th century French country dining table. He purchased them many years ago, and they have remained with him wherever he has lived. No matter the changes in his personal life, these pieces have stayed by his side. They hold meaning and continuity for him. Pedraza respected that history and allowed those beloved items to guide the overall color direction of the home. By drawing from their tones, she created a unified environment that feels both personal and carefully planned. Although Pedraza expresses particular affection for the dining room, Duvall prefers to entertain guests in the kitchen. This difference shows how each of them connects to different spaces in the home. For Pedraza, the kitchen holds special importance for another reason. It is where she likes to begin her mornings. She rises early at 6:30 to take in the beauty of the sunrise. The light fills the space gently, creating a peaceful start to the day. She also uses this quiet time to feed the birds, an activity she and Duvall both enjoy. These simple morning rituals add warmth and life to the house. The home is not only about furniture and color, but also about daily habits that bring joy and calm. Pedraza openly describes decorating the house as a learning experience. It was not something she had done before. She approached the project with curiosity and care. When asked whether she worked alone or sought Duvall's input, the answer is both. The process was collaborative. Duvall makes it clear that he does not dominate decisions. He sees their home as shared space. He rejects the idea of calling it only one person's house or bedroom. For him, it belongs to both of them. This attitude reflects respect and partnership. One of the most striking design choices appears in the bedroom. Pedraza centered the room around a large antique screen in Chinese red. The piece immediately captured her attention because of its detailed design. It features a tree adorned with birds and white blossoms. The imagery closely mirrors the white dogwood tree that stands outside their window. In spring, the yard becomes covered with blossoms from that tree. By selecting the screen, Pedraza created a visual connection between the indoors and the outdoors. The design inside reflects a natural beauty just beyond the glass. This thoughtful choice strengthens the feeling that the house and its surroundings are linked. Duvall expresses clear admiration for Pedraza's work. He compares her creative process to giving a horse its head and allowing it to move freely. He believes in giving her space to express her ideas. While she listens to his thoughts, he understands that creativity needs freedom. He recognizes her intelligence and ability. Even though she had never decorated a home before, she approached it with confidence and success. Duvall notes that she had also never danced or acted before taking on those challenges. In fact, Pedraza stepped into acting and dancing for the first time in Duvall's film assassination tango. In this project, she appears alongside him and shares scenes that include tango dancing. Dancing holds special meaning for them. They practice regularly, treating it with discipline and focus. For Pedraza, tango is similar to martial arts. It requires a partner, structure, and consistent practice. They rehearse wherever they happen to be, whether in elevators or parking lots. If they encounter a step that needs work, they repeat it until they master it. This shared activity strengthens their bond and adds energy to their lives. Their Virginia home has become a place where they can enjoy this shared passion. The atmosphere has changed in meaningful ways since Pedraza's involvement in shaping the space. Duvall reflects on how different his life feels now. He remembers a time in a previous marriage when he deliberately left his coat on a rack to see how long it would remain untouched. Months passed, and it stayed there. That memory stands in contrast to the present transformation. The changes in his life are not only about furniture or decoration. They reflect deeper shifts in daily living and emotional connection. The home now carries a renewed ambience. It feels alive, personal, and shared. Through thoughtful design choices, connected color schemes, treasure antiques, and meaningful routines, Pedraza has created a setting that reflects both of them. The French country pieces bring comfort and sensual warmth. The flowing palette unites each room. The antique screen ties the bedroom to the blooming dogwood outside. The kitchen fills with morning light and birdsong. The dining room holds cherished chairs and a table that have traveled through years of change. What do you think about Robert Duvall's mansion? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, be sure to click on the video shown on your screen.